Welcome back to Elkhart Gym, or Elks Gym here in Elkhart. We are in pregame right now. Lovelady Lady Lions and the Kerens Lady Bobcats getting ready to play. Go ahead and give you the starters for these two teams. Beginning with Kerens. Their starters, number one, a 5'4 junior guard, Nakia Dunn. Number two, a 5'7 junior point, Olivia Franson. Number 10, a 5'7 junior guard, Maya Lincoln. Number 11, a 5'7 senior post, Nia Brown. And number 22, a 5'11 sophomore point, or post, Casey Langley. Rest of the Kerens Lady Cats roster, number 4, Ania Lawrence. Number 5, Emily Burleson. Number 12, Reese Wright. Number 13, Kaylee Reed. Number 14, Alexis McAdams. Number 24, Katie Atkinson. And number 33, Madison Parks. Now the starters for the Lovelady Lady Lions. Number 5, a 5'9 sophomore guard, Caden Lemaire. Number 21, a 5'9 junior guard, Jayla Rollo. Number 23, a 5'2 sophomore guard, Madeline James. Number 25, a 5'9 senior guard, Hannah Burleson. And number 33, a 5'9 junior guard, Sky Watts. Lovelady coming in 26-10 overall, 7-5 in district play. About to have our national anthem here, so let's take a minute and a half, come back with the start of our game after this. Welcome back to Elkhart, Texas here at Elks Gym as we get ready for tip-off between the Lovelady Lady Lions and the Kerens Lady Cats. Gave you the starting lineup for Lovelady. Now the rest of the roster for the Lady Lions. Number 3, 5'10 freshman guard, Regina Palhamas. Number 10, a 5'2 freshman guard, JC Stubblefield. Number 11, 5'6 senior guard, Heather Elliott. Number 14, 5'10 junior post, Taylor Mark. Number 22, a 5'8 senior post, Brittany Gamble. And number 35, a 5'8 junior post, Sarah Thompson. Ball goes up. We are underway. The Kerens Lady Cats will start with the basketball. Nakia Dunn will take control. Works it over the left side, picks up the screen, takes up her dribble now, needs some help. Throws it in the free throw line. Now back out right side they go. They'll go inside to Brown. Brown turns around and puts it in. Nia Brown gets the Kerens Lady Cats on the board, and they'll steal the inbound pass and then lose it out of bounds. Boy, Maya Lincoln had a nice steal and then underneath the basket for an easy shot, and she just lost it out of her hands and it went out of bounds. So Lovelady will catch the break and get it back here. Now they're going to say Lovelady touched it last. So it'll be Lady Cats basketball. Off the right side goes Franson. She'll throw it back up top now to Dunn. Off the corner Dunn goes, looking down low. She'll feed it down low inside to Franson. Franson dribbles inside the paint, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound put back up and in by Langley. So Kerens up 4-0 here with 7:08 remaining in the first quarter. Lady Lions bringing it down the floor. Watts off the right side has her pass stolen away. Going back the other way now, Kerens. They'll feed it inside. Bad pass. The ball goes on the floor. Now picked up by Kerens. Put up. No good. And we'll have a foul call on Lovelady. Well, they might have got Watts. I don't have it on the board here, so it's going to be hard to tell who the foul calls are on. Inbound pass comes up top to Franson. She'll dribble down, puts up the runner, no good. Lovelady with a rebound. 4-0 the score. Lovelady's basketball as Burleson pulls it down, kicks it ahead down low. Shot taken underneath. No good by James, and a jump ball underneath the rim. And Lovelady will have the possession arrow. 4-0 the score, 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Lady Lions basketball. Inbound comes inside, shot taken underneath there by Hannah Burleson, no good. And Kerens pulls down the rebound. Going back the other way is Dunn. She'll streak the length of the floor, puts up the runner, no good, in and out. And Lovelady with the rebound, and then a foul on Kerens. That's going to be on Dunn. Picks up her first, team's first. It'll be Lovelady's basketball out of bounds. Kerens in a full court press. Lovelady trying to work it down the floor. Watts with the basketball. Actually, that's Rollo. She'll bring it across, throws it out to Watts. Three-pointer by Watts is good. Sky Watts gets the Lady Lions on the board. 4-3 now the score. Kerens back down the floor. Dunn with the basketball off the right side. She'll bring it back up top. Work on the screen. Gets by Rollo off the screen. Now picks up her dribble. Throws it down left baseline to Langley. Langley dribbles into the paint. Puts up the shot down low. No good. And Lovelady with the rebound. They'll throw it all the way down the floor. Rollo alone on the other end. Puts up the runner and she's fouled. That's Sky Watts with the runner. And Watts will go to the line to shoot two. Foul called on Franson. Second team foul. That'll send Watts to the free throw line. 5:51 remaining here in the first quarter. First free throw by Watts is good. Watts with four. All four of Lovelady's points here in the first quarter. Tied up at 4 apiece. Sky Watts steps back up to the line. Long look in. Second free throw on the way. She makes them both. Lovelady takes the lead for the first time tonight. 5-4 the score. 5:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Franson with the basketball. Dribbles in. Starts to kick it out. Loses the ball. Now picks it back up. Goes back inside. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebound. Kicked back out to the right side. And it's in. Langley with the bucket. And Kerens goes back up 6-5. On the other end we go as James goes in. Her shot's blocked, and Kerens picks up the loose ball, throwing it down the floor. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Lovelady, I believe. It'll be Kerens basketball underneath their own rim. Inbound comes to Langley. She'll go back up top to Reed, who's in the game now. They'll work it back across, and then a foul away from the ball. That's going to be, I believe, on Lovelady. I think they might have got James with that one. Second team foul for the Lady Lions. Dunn will throw it up top to Langley. Langley puts up the long two. That's off the mark. But Kerens pulls down the rebound. They'll throw it back, but stolen away. Sky Watts with the steal. She'll bring it down and in and out of the hands of Madeline James. And the Lady Lions will lose it on the turnover. 5:02 left to go here in the first quarter. Kerens leads at 6-5 over Lovelady. Nakia Dunn will throw it out left side to Reed. They'll go baseline to Langley. Langley travels with it. Just took an extra step. Kind of got tied up with a couple of Lady Lions there. And got called for the travel. Taylor Rollo will inbound it here for Lovelady. Once again, Kerens in the full court press. Lovelady working it down the floor, though. And Burleson brings it across. Throws it out to Watts on the left baseline. Watts picks up her dribble. Gives it up to Burleson. Now inside they go to Rollo. Nice pass across, down low to James, and James puts it in. Lovelady takes the lead back. 7-6 to score. 4:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Rollo to James. Nice pass down low. Dunn back up top for Kerens. They'll go out right baseline. Shot taken down low, no good. And the rebound taken out by Lovelady. They'll throw it down the floor again. Watts down low to James, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Had 2-on-1, but Kerens got a hand on the pass. It'll be Lovelady's basketball along the baseline. Nia Brown checking back in now for Olivia Franson on the Kerens side. Lovelady's basketball. They'll throw it out to Burleson. On the corner. She'll bring it back to the free throw line. Has the ball stripped away. Back the other way goes Lincoln now. Going on the length of the floor. Puts up the layup. It's good. Lincoln just kind of snuck up behind her as she had her head turned and took the ball away. Burleson throws it across the floor to Watts off the right side. Watts goes down baseline to Rollo. Now inside to James. James loses it. And then a foul on Burleson for Lovelady. As Kerens with another steal there. Burleson, her first. Team's third. We have no foul, no fouls on the clock, so we don't know if we don't see the referee give the signal. We don't have a number up there, and there's no team fouls either on the clock tonight. Langley off the left baseline, loses the dribble, picks it back up, throws it across the floor to Dunn. Dunn dribbles in. Now back right side, they'll go back to Langley down low. Langley pushes her way down, turns around, puts up the jumper, no good. Loose ball, rebound, and it will be taken in by Lovelady. And Watts takes the outlet pass. Going back down the floor. Watts stops her dribble. Looking for Rollo. Now gives it up inside to Gamble. Gamble turnaround jumper, no good. Gets her on rebound, puts it back up. That one off the mark. Lovelady still fighting for the rebound, but his kick out of bounds. Going to be off of Kerens. So Lovelady will have it back. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter. Lovelady leads at 8-7. Inbound comes up top. They'll go back to Rollo. Now inside James. Jumper down low by James. No good. Rebound put back up by Gamble. That one no good. And the ball is lost out of bounds, but a foul is going to be called on Lovelady. I believe they got James with her second. Kerens basketball. 8-7 the score. Dunn will bring it up. Works off the right side to Franson. Franson goes baseline to Reed. Now back inside to Franson. Jumper by Franson, no good, and a foul on the rebound. Going to be against Nia Brown on the Kerens side. So it'll be Lovelady's basketball. 2:38 remaining in the first quarter. Inbound comes to Rollo, turns around, throws it to James. James comes up the floor, throws it inside to Lemire, and Lemire puts it in. 9-8 the score now. Lovelady takes the lead back. Brown with the basketball up top. Left side, three-pointer taken by Franson, no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Kerens. So Lovelady will have it on the opposite end of the floor. Leading at 9-8 with 2:15 left to go in the first quarter. Watts and Rollo working it back and forth. Now throwing it to James, back to Watts off the left side. Watts will dribble down low, puts up the shot high off the glass, no good. And they're going to say it hit the post above the glass. And the ball will be back over to Kerens. 2:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Olivia Franson will hand it off to Dunn. She'll bring it up. Off the left side, they go to Brown. Langley along the baseline. So throw it across the floor, back to Franson on the right corner. She'll dribble down inside, puts up the shot, and call for the travel. Oh, the one referee was fixing to get her for a charge, and the other referee called the travel. So turnover back to Lovelady with 1:48 remaining in the first. Rollo in the middle, throws it over to Watts as they work against the press. Now Watts breaks the press, comes across half-court line. They try to trap her, loose ball. They get it back to James. Now left side they go to Lemire, and Lemire has it knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. It'll be Lovelady's basketball on the baseline with 1:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Rollo inbound, down low to Lemire. Her shot no good, gets her on rebound, puts it back up, and she's fouled. Foul called on Franson. I believe that's her second. It'll send Lemire to the free throw line, shooting two. First one on the way is no good. 9-8 the score. Lovelady leads it by one with 1:33 remaining in the first quarter. We've got Centerville and KU coming up next year on KMVL. Supposed to be a 7:30 start. Lemire's second free throw is off the mark, and Kerens with the rebound. They'll kick it out to Dunn down the floor. Dunn all the way down along the baseline. Now pulls it back out. They'll throw it back up top to Reed. Reed goes back down to Langley. Langley pushes her way down, puts up the shot. It's good. Casey Langley with 6 here in the first quarter. Watts picks up her dribble, now throws it over to Lemire. Goes in from the free throw line, loses the dribble, loose ball, and Lemire gets it back. Throws it up top to Watts. Now right side to James. James goes in, throws it back to Watts, up on the corner. 55 seconds remaining here in the first. Lemire and Watts has it stolen away by Dunn. Dunn going inside Reed. Reed kicks it, and it goes out of bounds. Pass is a little bit low. Reed kicked it, and Lovelady caught her break there. 46 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 10-9 the score. Pass to James at half court. James will turn around, try to bring it across the half court line. Ball's lost out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by Kerens. So Lovelady will have it at half court with 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rollo will inbound it. James will take it up top. Now give it back to Rollo on the right side. 30 seconds remaining here. They'll go right side to Lemire along the baseline. Starts to dribble in. Now loses the dribble, picks it back up. Throws it over to Watts. Watts goes back up top to Rollo. Now back baseline to Lemire. Lemire tries for a three-pointer off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound by Langley for Kerens. She'll bring it back down with 12 seconds. Langley going all the way down, puts up the layup and gets it to go. 4 seconds remaining. Lovelady's basketball. Ball comes inside and a foul on the pass against Kerens. And they're going to hit Dunn with that one. That's her second. 1 second remaining. 1.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're going to have to inbound it and take a quick shot. Rollo will inbound it at half court for Lovelady. Rollo looking up. Gets it into Watts. Watts turns around, puts up the shot. No good. 12-9 your score. Kerens leads it by 3 after the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break. Come back with the start of the second quarter here on KMVL after this. Welcome back to Elks Gym here in Elkhart. 12-9 your score. The Kerens Lady Cats leading the Lovelady Lady Lions. One thing we forgot to mention in the first quarter, we did have a Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw for Lovelady. They are our free throw sponsor tonight, so we'll catch back up on that. It'll be Kerens ball to start the second quarter as Reed takes the inbound pass. Throws it out to Lincoln. Now top of the key to Langley. Her shot no good. And Kerens pulls down the rebound. Reed with it. Throws it back to Lincoln along the baseline. Starts to dribble in. Kicks it back to Reed. Up on the corner. Reed goes down on the baseline. Tries to kick it back out through the hands of Lincoln, but she's able to corral it. Then stolen away by Rollo. Lovelady coming back near side. Rollo will pull up on the corner. Throws it up top to Burleson. Gives it back to Rollo, top of the key now. 7:25 left to go in the first half. 12-9 the score. Burleson with it at the free throw line. Comes back out, throws it along the baseline. They'll go inside, back to Burleson. Nice give and go, and Burleson puts it in. Lovelady back within 1. 12-11 the score. Reed with it on the left side. Out to Langley. Langley pulls in for a long two. No good. In and out of the hands of Rollo, and it goes out of bounds, though, off of, I think, the last touch by Lovelady. So Kerens with the basketball along the baseline. Three-pointer taken on the inbound by Langley is good. Casey Langley, leading scorer in the game so far with 11. Rollo will bring it across for the Lady Lions. Throws it to Burleson at the free throw line once again. Burleson waiting for the pick. Gets it and gives it back to James now, top of the key. James will bring it back up top and reset. Throws it out to Rollo off the right side. Now Rollo brings it back up top. Starts to work right, picks up the screen, goes inside to Lemire. Lemire gives it back to Rollo. Rollo, three-pointer from the baseline. It's good. Taylor Rollo gives Lovelady the lead back, or gets Lovelady back within 1, 14-15. Kerens basketball. Reed off the right side. Goes across the floor back to Langley. Langley head fake, puts up a long two off the mark. Rebound put back up and in by Lincoln. 17-14. Kerens back up by 3. 5:55 remaining here in the first half. Rollo works off the right side. Goes into Burleson, gives it back to Rollo. Rollo, long two along the baseline. Got the roll. Lovelady back within 2, or back within 1. Lincoln goes back out to Langley. Langley, another long two. That one no good. Rebound put back up by Lincoln, no good. And a foul called on the second rebound as Burleson tried to go up. Emily Burleson for Kerens, and she is fouled. Kerens doing a great job on the offensive rebound so far here in the first half. Free throw is good by Emily Burleson. Her first points of the night. Back to a 2-point lead now for Kerens. Second free throw is good. She makes them both. 19-16 the score. Lovelady's basketball. Rollo brings it up. Works off the right side. Sends James across the other side. Turns around, throws it to Lemaire. Lemaire turnaround jumper, no good. Kerens with a rebound. They'll kick it out to Lincoln. Lincoln down the floor to Brown. Brown puts up the short jumper underneath, no good. And then knocks it out of bounds. Brown might have got away with a travel there right before the shot. 5:10 left to go here in the half. Kerens leads at 19-16. Rollo throws it across to James off the left side. They'll go inside to Burleson at the free throw line. She'll go into the paint, dishes off Lemaire. Lemaire's shot partially blocked. And Kerens takes down the loose ball. Langley will bring it up the floor here for the Lady Cats. Out left side to Reed. Reed goes inside the paint, puts up the runner. It is blocked by Lovelady. And they'll come down with the loose ball now. Rollo working across the half-court line. Throws it out left side. Takes a three-point shot, no good. And then a foul on the rebound. That may be on Kaylee Reed. Reed picks up her first. It'll send Madeline James to the free throw line. She'll be shooting two. First one by James is off the mark. Nakia Dunn checking back into the game now for Kaylee Reed. James on the back end. That one's good. Madeline James with 3 points here in the first half. 19-17 the score. Kerens leads it by 2. Nakia Dunn with the ball. She'll throw it out to Lincoln off the right side. Now gets it back. Goes into the paint. Gives it back to Lincoln along the right side. Over to Brown. And now tied up underneath as a loose ball came into the hands of Burleson. And Hannah Burleson for Lovelady reached in and tied it up. Lovelady has the possession arrow with 4:05 left to go here in the half. Ball comes down low to Burleson. She'll go inside the paint, gives it up to Lemaire. Her shot blocked by Langley, but she gets it back. Dribbles in, throws it back out to Burleson. Burleson goes inside the paint, puts up the runner down low, and gets it to fall. Hannah Burleson ties it up at 19 for Lovelady. On the other side, pass stolen away by Burleson, but Brown gets it back. Over to Langley. Three-point attempt by Langley, no good. Burleson for Kerens pulls down the rebound, kicks it back up top to Brown. She'll hand it off to Dunn, and they'll reset the offense. 3:30 left to go here in the first. Throws it out to Langley off the left side. She'll dribble into the paint, loses the ball. Picked up by Burleson, though, for Kerens. Throws it back up top to Dunn. Dunn over to Lincoln. Lincoln almost lost it, but gets it back. Then almost lost it out of bounds, but throws it out to Dunn. Dunn off the left corner. Goes there on the inside, turns around to Burleson, throws it to her. Burleson takes a shot, no good. Gets her on rebound, and she's fouled, putting it back up. Emily Burleson will step up to the line. She'll be shooting two. Couldn't tell who the foul was on. We're across from the scores table in the corner tonight, so it's going to be hard to see the referees' signs when they give the foul. First free throw by Burleson's no good. Langley comes out on the Kerens side, and Reed checks back into the ballgame. Burleson back at the line. Second free throw is no good. And Lovelady with the rebound. Watts will bring it up the floor for the Lady Lions. Throws it across the floor to Rollo. Almost lost it out of bounds, but gets it back. Back up top now to Watts. Throws it down right side to Lemire. Lemire starts to dribble in. Reverses the dribble. Throws it back out to Burleson off the baseline. Now back inside to Watts, and Rollo's going to be fouled hard. That one on, I believe they called that one on Brown. That is the 7th team foul for Lovelady, or for Kerens. So Lovelady will be shooting 1-1. So Rollo steps up to the line. First free throw is no good. And Burleson pulls down the rebound for Kerens. Now Dunn has it. She'll bring it up top. Works out right side to Lincoln. Now gets it back. Left side now to Reed. Reed goes baseline to Brown. Brown puts up the shot. No good. Lovelady with a rebound. Coming back down the floor is James. James puts up the shot down low, and she's fouled. I think they're going to call Lincoln with that one. (19-19) the score, 2:17 remaining here in the first half. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. Let's take a 30-second break. Be back with more Lovelady Lady Line basketball here on KMVL after this. 2:17 remaining here in the first half. 19-19 your score. Lovelady and Kerens all tied up. Going back up to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line, where Madeline James will be shooting 2. First one on the way is good. James will give Lovelady the lead back. 20-19 your score. James on the back end. That one off the mark, but Lovelady pulls down the rebound. Lemire with a great job tipping it out to Burleson. Burleson tries for a three-pointer. It's good! Hannah Burleson gives Lovelady the lead by 4 now. 2:06 remaining in the first half. Reed off the left side for Kerens. Goes back up top to Dunn. Dunn tries to work her way in. Turns around, picks up her dribble. Gives it back to Lincoln now off the right side. Lincoln goes baseline, throws it back inside to Brown. Brown back out to Reed. Three-pointer by Reed, no good. Burleson with the rebound for Lovelady. She'll bring it back down. Now throws it ahead to Watts. Off the left side, Watts goes baseline, puts up the runner. It's good. Sky Watts puts Lovelady up by 6. 25-19 the score. Dunn back on the other end for Kerens. Out left side they go to Reed now. Now back to Dunn. Minute 25 remaining in the half. Dunn dribbles in. Goes baseline. Now kicks it back out to Lincoln. Lincoln three-point attempt. No good. Rebound out to Reed for Kerens. They'll go back up top to Lincoln. And the pass inside stolen away by Rollo. She'll kick it ahead to Watts. Watts layup down low. It is good. Boy, got the roll. Lovelady up by 8. 27-19 the score. Kind of surprised Kerens hadn't called a timeout yet. Under a minute remaining. Off to Reed off the left side. Now back up top to Dunn. Now back to Reed. Reed goes baseline, almost stolen away. They'll go back out, and it's going to be an over and back as the ball crosses the half-court line on the pass. It'll be Lovelady's basketball with 42 seconds remaining in the half. Lady Lions on an 8-point run here. Late in the second quarter. Rollo will get the ball inbound to Burleson. Burleson will hold it and wait for Kerens to come out and guard her. So far, nobody's coming out. Now Dunn does. Picks up her dribble, then loses the ball. Lincoln with the steal. Going back the other way with 30 seconds left. Lincoln puts up the jumper. No good. Rebound out to Rollo, or not to Watts. And Watts loses the ball to Lincoln again. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lovelady. 18 seconds remaining here in the half. (27-19) the score. Dunn will take the inbound pass. Goes out to Reed off the left side. Now inside to Langley. Langley turnaround jumper down low. No good. And Burleson pulls down the board for Lovelady. She'll bring it down. 7 seconds remaining. Burleson out the left side. Lamar, and it's knocked out of bounds by Langley with 3 seconds left in the half. It'll be Lovelady's basketball along the baseline. Rollo will inbound it for the Lady Lions. Rollo goes up top, Burleson. Burleson, 1 second. Shot from the free throw line. It's good at the buzzer. And Lovelady will take a 10-point lead going into the half. We'll take a 2-minute break. Come back with some first half stats here on KMVL after this. Welcome back to Elks Gym here in Elkhart. 29-19 is your score here at the half. The Lovelady Lady Lions leading the Kerens Lady Cats. Looking over the first half stats for these two teams. We'll begin with Kerens. Kesey Langley leading all scorers with 11. She had 8 in the first quarter and 3 in the second quarter. Maya Lincoln has 4. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Emily Burleson with 2 in the second quarter. And Nia Brown has 2. Those were in the first quarter. Hard to tell who's in foul trouble because we're away from the scores table tonight. When the referee gives the numbers of on the girls that fouls, he does it with his back turned to us, and it's kind of shading us out, so we can't see the numbers. And they don't have a big enough score. They got a smaller scoreboard here, just one scoreboard that we can see, unless they have one over here on the other side of us that's out of our view. But the numbers aren't put up on the scoreboard, and the team fouls aren't put up on the scoreboard. So it's hard to see if either team has one in foul trouble unless we see the girl that fouls and just assume that that's who the referee called it on. But anyway, that's your first half stats for the Kerens Lady Cats. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back and give you the first half stats for the Lovelady Lady Lions. So stay with us. We'll be back after this. 29-19 your score here at the half. The Lovelady Lady Lions leading the Kerens Lady Cats. We gave you the first half stats for Kerens. Now let's take a look at Lovelady. Hannah Burleson and Sky Watts leading the way with 9 points apiece. Burleson, all 9 of hers in the second quarter. Watts had 5 in the first and 4 in the second. Jayla Rollo with 5. All of those come in the second quarter. Caden Lemire had 2. Those in the first quarter. Madeline James with 4. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Kerens outscoring Lovelady 12-9 in the first quarter, but Lovelady jumping up in the second quarter, outscoring Kerens 20-7 and taking the lead here by 10 at the half. 29-19 is your score. Want to remind you once again, we've got a doubleheader tonight as the Centerville Lady Tigers take on Cayuga next here on KMVL from Elkhart. So after our Lovelady game, we'll take about probably a 30-minute break and come back with our second game of the night. But first, we got to see the Lovelady Lady Lions through to the second round. So we look at the state tournament brackets here tonight. The winner of the Kerens Lovelady game will face the winner of Hubbard and Moody. And then right below them, Centerville Cayuga winner will take on Crawford. Crawford defeating Mart last night, 51-34. So that's where the bracket stands. Got about a minute remaining here in the half. Let's take 30 seconds. Be back with the start of the third quarter here on KMVL after this. 29-19 your score. Lovelady up by 10 as we start the third quarter. It'll be Kerens with the basketball as Langley puts up a 3 from the right baseline. No good. Long rebound in and out of the hands of Watts. He's able to control it though. And Lovelady will bring it across. Ball comes out to Watts off the left side. She'll throw it across the floor to James, or to Burleson. Burleson goes left side to James now. James back to Burleson. They'll go inside to Lemire. Lemire loses the dribble. Picked up, though, underneath by Watts. Her shot, or by Rollo. Her shot no good. And Kerens brings it back the other side. Dunn going coast to coast. Layup is good, and she's fouled. Boy, it looked like Dunn had a wide open layup there. Nobody really got in front of her, but there at the last second, one of the Lovelady girls reached out and got a hand on her on the shot. Dunn's free throw on the way is no good. And Rollo pulls down the rebound for Lovelady. She'll bring it back down the floor. Working off the left side. 29-21, Lovelady by 8. 7:10 remaining in the third. Short jumper on the right baseline, no good. And then a foul on the floor against Kerens. That one's going to be on Maya Lincoln. So it'll be Lovelady's basketball along the baseline. Rollo will inbound it here for the Lady Lions. Rollo looking inside. Gets it down low to Lemire. Her shot underneath, no good. Gets her on rebound, throws it back to Rollo. Her shot, no good. And Langley with the rebound, then loses it, but is able to throw it ahead to Dunn. Now Dunn coming back down. Dunn going coast to coast again, and then has it knocked out of her hands by Watts. So Kerens will have it along the baseline here. Dunn will inbound it. Gets it in down low to Franson. Her shot no good. Langley on the rebound has her shot blocked. But Dunn steals it away from Burleson before she can throw it down the floor. Back to Langley from the free throw line, and Langley makes it good. 29-23. As Langley, or Kerens has come out and scored 4 points to start the third quarter. James with the basketball for Lovelady. Out to Lemire off the right side. Now back up on the corner to Burleson. Burleson will bring it back up top, and then a timeout taken by Lovelady with 6:20 remaining here in the third. This will be a 30-second timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. Be back with more Lady Lion basketball here on KMVL after this. 29-23 is the score as we bring you back to Elks Gym here in Elkhart. It'll be Lovelady's basketball. They come back from the Lady Lion timeout. Rollo off the right side goes into Burleson. Burleson across the floor, down low to Watts, and Watts is fouled going up for the shot. So Watts will head up to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line. She'll be shooting 2. First one on the way is good. Watts with 10 on the night. Sky Watts steps back up. Second free throw, that one off the mark. And we have a lane violation? We have a lane violation called on Kerens, it looks like. So Watts will have another shot from the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line. And that attempt is good. So Watts makes the extra one count. Lovelady back up 31-23. Reed on the other side for Kerens. Throws it inside to Burleson. Now back across to Langley off the left side. Langley goes in for the free throw line. Throws it down to Burleson. Her shot off the backboard, no good. Gets her on rebound, though. Throws it back out to Reed. Now back to Dunn. Dunn along the baseline. Throws it back up top to Langley. Langley head fake and travels with it. So Lovelady will get it back off the turnover by Langley. Up 31-23 with 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. Burleson has it knocked out of her hands, but James is able to pull it down. Out to Rollo left side. They'll go inside. Now across the floor, and, well, he's thrown out of bounds. It'll be Kerens basketball. Reed off the right side. Back up top to Dunn. Dunn now back to Reed on the right side. They'll work it down inside to Brown. Brown spins around, puts up the shot underneath, and it's good. Back to a 6-point lead, 31-25 now. Rollo brings it down for Lovelady. Throws it over to Burleson underneath. Burleson looking for Lemire. Now backside to Rollo, and Rollo puts in the jumper. Kerens quickly back down the floor. Reed with it along the baseline. Still dribble in, puts up the jumper. No good. And Hannah Burleson with the rebound for Lovelady. 33-25 now. Lovelady back up by 8 with 4:40 remaining here in the third. Burleson goes in. Those are to James. James back up top. Works it right side. And a foul on Dunn. Dunn didn't agree with it. I've got her for 3. 4:35 remaining. Clock hadn't started yet. There it goes. About 5 seconds stayed there on the clock as the game was going. Inside to Burleson. She'll give it to Lemire down low. Lemire's shot no good. Ball is knocked out of bounds off of Kerens. Emily Burleson last to touch it. 33-25 is your score. And looks like Kerens will now take a timeout with 4:26 remaining here in the third quarter. This will be a 1-minute timeout. We'll take 1 minute break. Be back with more after this. Welcome back to Elkhart, Texas, here at Elks Gym. Coming back from the Kerens timeout. Lovelady up 33-25. It'll be Lovelady's basketball underneath their own rim. Rollo will inbound it. Gets it down low to Lemaire. It's lost out of her hands. It goes out of bounds. So Kerens will get it back. And Nakia Dunn will jog it up the floor here for the Lady Cats. She'll throw it out to Reed off the left side. Reed looking inside. Now gets it at the free throw line to Franson. Franson back out to Dunn. They'll go to Lincoln off the right baseline. Gives it back to Dunn now. Dunn dribbles into the paint. Puts up the runner. It's good. Nakia Dunn makes it a 6-point game. 33-27 the score. Burleson will bring it up. Hand it off to Rollo. Rollo working right side. Now goes into the free throw line. Dishes out to Burleson off the left corner. Burleson goes in. Throws it back out right side. Shot taken along the baseline is good by Rollo. Rollo with 9 on the night. Puts Lovelady back up by 8. 35-27. On the other end now, Reed goes down low to Langley. Or to Franson. Franson will give it back. And a travel call as Dunn took the pass and took an extra step. It'll be Lovelady's basketball with 3:28 remaining here in the third. Lady Lions on the other side. Burleson with it. Burleson puts up a shot from the free throw line from the right corner. No good. Rebound, though. James fighting with it with Langley, and we're going to have a jump ball call. And I believe Lovelady has the possession arrow. So it'll be Lady Lions basketball along the baseline. They'll inbound it to Lemaire. Lemaire puts up a three-pointer. It's good! Caden Lemaire knocks it down. Lovelady their largest lead of the night now by 11. 38-27 the score. Inside they go to Langley. Langley turnaround jumper in the paint. Rolls around. Comes out. Burleson with a rebound. For Lovelady, she'll bring it back down. 2:50 remaining here in the third. Burleson works left side. Now right over to James. James goes baseline to Rollo. Inside to Burleson. Back out to James. On the corner. Goes back to Rollo on the right baseline. Back inside to Burleson. Burleson turns around, throws it to Lemaire. Lost it out of bounds, and it goes back over to Kerens. 2:31 left to go here in the third quarter. 38-27 the score. Nakia Dunn with a basketball for Kerens. Looking for Lincoln. Lincoln with it off the left side. They'll go inside. Stolen away by Lemaire. Lovelady coming back down. Watts out left baseline to Rollo. Now back up at the free throw line to Burleson. Burleson back to Watts. Left side. Three-pointer. No good. That was actually Rollo. Rebound put back up by Burleson. It's in. 40-27. 13-point lead for Lovelady now. Minute 50 remaining in the third quarter. Dunn dribbles in. Throws it down low. Shot taken underneath. It's good. That is Franson that put it in. Back to an 11-point lead now. And timeout, official timeout taken. One of the Lady Bobcats, like might have hurt her knee. She'll have an official timeout on the floor. 40-29 the score. Let's take 30 seconds. Be back with more playoff basketball here on KMVL after this. Welcome back to Elkhart. 40-29 your score. Lovelady's basketball. They'll have it along the baseline. Rollo will inbound it. Rollo has Burleson off the right side. Burleson will start to bring it back up on the corner. Changes with Watts. Now has wide open Lemaire. Great pass, and Lemaire misses the layup. Burleson pulls down the rebound for Kerens. Gives it out to Dunn. She'll bring it back down. Dunn loses it out of bounds, goes off her hand. And Dunn throwing a fit, but it was right here in front of us. One of the Lady Lions tipped it, and Dunn tried to get control of it. It hit off her hand and out of bounds. And then a foul called on Franson. Franson getting a little frustrated. Reached in on Rollo and got the foul. We've got Franson with 3. Rollo will inbound it in front of the scores table. Lovelady up 40-29. 1:04 remaining here in the third quarter. Watts takes the inbound pass from Rollo. Picks up the screen, throws it out to Burleson off the right side. Under a minute left now. Burleson goes back up top of the key. 50 seconds remaining here in the third. Hands it off to James. James back to Watts, who gives it back to Rollo. Starts to go in. Now throws it back out to Burleson. Working up top. Passing the ball around. Now Watts has it with 38 seconds remaining. Watts goes out to the left corner. Goes down baseline. All the way down. Puts up an off-balance runner. No good. Ball knocked out of the hands of Burleson and out of bounds. Lemire reached in and got a hand on it. Knocked it out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Burleson. Went off of Burleson's hand. Now the referee's going to come in and talk about it. And looks like they have changed the call. The referee, who was away from the ball, came in and said something to the man that made the call. And they changed it. So Kerens basketball with 25 seconds remaining here in the third. Dunn top of the key, and now whistle blows, and we'll have a timeout taken. No, a foul away from the ball. An offensive foul on Kaylee Reed. Didn't see that. It was away from the ball. Referee saw it and blew the whistle. 20 seconds left here. Lovelady's basketball. 40-29 in the third quarter. Burleson brings it across the timeline. Hands it over to Rollo. Rollo. Triple team. Now gets it to Watts. Watts dribbles in. Throws it across James. Now back up top. 4 seconds left. Burleson. Three-pointer from the left side. No good. Rebound. Not in time for another shot. 40-29 your score after 3. Lovelady leads it by 11. We'll take a 1-minute break. Be back with more playoff basketball here on KMVL after this. 40-29 your scores. We get ready to start the fourth quarter here in Elkhart. Lovelady Lady Lions leading the Kerens Lady Cats. It will be Kerens basketball as we get things started. Lady Lions trying to move on to the area around. Akia Dunn will begin with the basketball here for Kerens. Throws it out to Reed off the left corner. Reed looking inside. Now goes back up top to Dunn. She'll work it back. Starts to go right. Now throws it back to Lincoln off the left side. Lincoln back to Dunn off the right corner now. Goes baseline to Reed. Tipped out of bounds by Rollo. It will be Kerens basketball on the far sideline. Ball comes inbound to Brown. She'll give it back to Dunn. Now inside to Burleson. Burleson spins around, throws it back to Brown. Brown has her shot roll around and fall in. 9-point lead for Lovelady. 40-31. Now Kerens coming out in a full court press. Burleson with the basketball, gives it back to Rollo. She'll bring it across. Rollo goes out right side to James. James dribbles in, loses a handle on it, and then throws it away into the hands of Brown. Ahead to Dunn now. 7:10 remaining. Dunn going all the way down. Dunn almost lost it and now does lose it out of bounds. .40-31 the score. Lovelady's basketball. They'll inbound it right here in front of our table. And now a 30-second timeout taken by Lovelady with 7:07 remaining. So let's take a 30-second break. Be back with more playoff basketball after these messages. 40-31 your score. Lovelady leading by 9 with 7:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. It'll be Lady Lions basketball on the opposite side of the floor. Rollo will inbound it, and Kerens in a full court press. Man-to-man press. Ball comes inbound to Watts. She'll turn around, picked up the screen from James. Trying to work it down the floor here. Throws it ahead to Lemire. Lemire across the half-court line. She'll give it back up to Watts, top of the key. Now left side to James. James goes in from the free throw line, kicks it out to Rollo. Rollo, three-pointer attempt, no good. Rebound Out of bounds off of Kerens. It'll be Lovelady's basketball along the baseline. Reese Wright checking in on the Kerens side for Kaylee Reed. Rollo will inbound it for Lovelady. Looking up top, gets it to Watts. Watts tries for a three-point attempt. It's good! Sky Watts knocks down to three. Lovelady up by 12, 43-31, 6:40 remaining. Ball comes inside to Franson. Franson lost the dribble, but fouled. Going up, she got it back and then threw up a prayer and then drew the foul. So Olivia Franson will step up to the line. First free throw by Franson is good. Back to a 11-point game. Reed coming back in for Wright on the Kerens side. Actually, Wright stays out there. Second free throw by Franson. She makes them both. 10-point game. Lovelady up 43-33. Burleson trying to work it down the floor against Lincoln. Picks up her dribble, throws it ahead to Rollo across the half-court line. Rollo out to James off the right side. James now picks up her dribble. In some trouble here. And we'll call it, Lovelady call a timeout. The referee on the near side blew the whistle for the 5-second violation. But the one there by the coach from Lovelady blew the whistle and got the timeout call. This will be a 1-minute timeout, so we'll take a 1-minute break. Be back with more playoff basketball after this. 43-33 your score as we bring you back to Elks Gym here in Elkhart. The Lovelady Lady Lions lead it by 10 over Kerens. It'll be Lovelady's basketball along the sideline. Rollo will inbound it. Gets it into Burleson. Burleson goes in from the free throw line all the way down, puts up the layup and draws the foul. Shot didn't go, but she'll be shooting two. Looks like they might have called Brown with it. I think that was might have been a 1-2 they held up. So if that's the case, it's Reese Wright. But Burleson will head up to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line. Burleson's first free throw is good. Lovelady back up by 11. Burleson now on the back end. That one off the mark. Lemire with a rebound, puts it back up, and she's fouled. So Lemire will now step up to the line. I think that was on Brown. So Lemire at the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line, and she makes the first one. Lovelady back up by 12. Second free throw by Lemire. She makes them both. 3-point swing there for Lovelady. 45-33 now the score. 46-33. Lovelady up by 13. Dunn picks up her dribble, top of the key, in some trouble. Now hands it off to Lincoln. Lincoln puts up an off-balance shot from the right side, misses everything. That was going to go out of bounds. Took that one just outside the free throw line. Right to her right. 5:56 remaining here in the fourth. Lovelady up 46-33. Inbound. Comes through Burleson. They'll throw it wide open. James on the other end of the floor. James streaking down. Layup is good. Madeline James, I don't know how she broke free with nobody seeing her, but she did. And Lovelady takes her largest lead of the night, now by 15. Dunn puts up a three from the other side. No good. Rebound. In and out of the hands of Burleson. And Wright picks it up. Her pass, though, stolen away by Rollo. Ahead to James. James on the other end goes up for the layup, and she's fouled from behind by Lincoln. And James will step up to the line to shoot, too. Oh, the Kerens crowd really not liking what's going on here. That was a legit foul. James at the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line and misses the first one. Franson checking back into the game for Wright. And looks like Kerens will take a timeout with 5:28 remaining here in the fourth. We will take a 30-second break. Be back with more Lady Lion playoff basketball here on KMVL after this. Don't miss the UIL Girls Basketball State Tournament March 1st through the 3rd at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Tickets are available to purchase now through Ticketmaster. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. 48-33 is your score. Lovelady leads it with 5:28 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We go back to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line, where Madeline James will step up to shoot one. James, free throw is no good, but Burleson pulls down the rebound for Lovelady. She'll bring it back up top. Lovelady with another offensive rebound on the free throw. Burleson throws it out left side to James. James takes off going inside the paint, kicks it out to Lemire. Lemire, short jumper, it's good. Caden Lemire. Lovelady extends their largest lead of the night. 50-33 now the score with 5:05 remaining. Dunn off the right side. She'll dribble in. Now kicks it out. The ball's knocked out of bounds by Rollo. Lovelady up by 17. Franson will inbound it for Kerens. Gets it into Dunn. Now inside to Reed. Reed at the free throw line. Turns around, throws it to Langley. Head fake, puts it up. It's good. TC Langley, nice job there. Nice move. Gets Kerens back within 15 as Rollo brings it up the floor. Throws it out to Burleson now with 4:40 remaining. Burleson picks up the screen from Watts and now gives it back to Watts on the right side. She'll throw it down to Rollo. Inside to Burleson. Burleson layup. It's good. Oh, what a nice pass there. Lovelady up, or back up by 17. Ball comes inside to Franson. Franson loses it, almost lost out of bounds, but gets over to Dunn. Now Dunn loses it, and it's almost stolen away, and it is stolen away by Watts. They'll have to call a timeout, and now they're going to call a jump ball as Dunn jumped on top of Rollo by Watts, jumped on top of Watts and tied it up. And now one referee is coming in. Well, they're going to say it's Lovelady's basketball. Lovelady, I think, had the possession arrow, and they did. Inbound comes to Sky Watts. So it was a jump ball. Now back out to Burleson, and a timeout by the official, and he's going to give a warning to the Kerens coach. Kerens crowd doesn't like it too much, but the Kerens head coach gets her first warning of the night. As Burleson takes the inbound, we get back to action. 52-35 the score, 3:55 remaining here in the fourth. Burleson working right side. Now goes left side. Baseline to Watts. Watts goes inside, puts up the runner off the glass and gets it to go. And now another whistle blows, and may have had I think they might have called Lovelady with, might have kicked the ball or grabbed the ball as it came out of the net. Will probably be a warning. I think they call it a warning. I'm checking to see if everybody is set here. 52-35 the score. 3:39 remaining. Now they're checking something out at the scores table. They need to make sure the points are. I thought Lovelady scored right there. Now they changed. I thought Lovelady was up by 19, but they had 52 on the board. Now they changed it to 54. 3:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 54-39 or 54-35 the score. Kaylee Reed with the basketball, gives it up to Nakia Dunn. Dunn out right side to Langley. Now back up to Reed. Reed, three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Rebound to Burleson. Anna Burleson brings it across the timeline. Working off the left side with 3:13 remaining here in the fourth. Lovelady with a 19-point lead. Burleson calling out Lemire. Picks up the screen. Now brings it back up top. Working out left side. Hands it over to Rollo. Now back to Skylar Watts. Now back to Burleson. Burleson goes left side, has James. James now with the basketball, gives it back to Burleson. 2:45 remaining. Lovelady trying to run all the clock off they can. Up by 19. They'll throw it out to Lemire off the right side. Back to Burleson now. Just working around the perimeter here. Running all the clock out. Watts now back up top. They go to Burleson. 2:30 remaining. And now Kerens will come in and foul. Kesey Langley reaches in and fouls. Looks like it's a 1-and-1 situation here for Lovelady. As Hannah Burleson goes up to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line. Burleson, first free throw is good. If the Lady Lions convert the free throws, this game's over with. Maybe anyway. Lovelady up by 20. But still 2:30 remaining. Hannah Burleson's second free throw. That one off the mark. And Emily Burleson for Kerens with the rebound. Now Dunn with the basketball for the Lady Cats. Works out to Reed. Now left baseline they go to Brown. Brown back to Reed on the corner. Back up top to Dunn now. Dunn off the right side. Puts up a three-pointer. That one's short. Long rebound comes out to Reed. Back up top to Lincoln. Lincoln tries for a three. That one rattles in. Maya Lincoln with the three-pointer makes it a 55-38 ball game. Lovelady leads it here with 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Burleson is fouled as she goes from the right side. That's going to be on Emily Burleson. And now Hannah Burleson will step back up to the Hargrove Neal Heating and Air free throw line. Burleson's first free throw is no good. Lovelady now in the double bonus. Emily Burleson comes out as Nia Brown checks back into the game. Burleson's second free throw is good. 56-38 the score. Dunn hurries it down the floor for Kerens. 1:50 remaining. Lovelady up by 18. She'll hand it off to Reed. Reed brings it across the right side. Off the corner now. And a jump ball call. As Reed had it, and then Rollo reached in and just tied it up with her. Kerens has the possession there, so they'll get it back. 1:43 remaining. Inbound pass goes knocked out of bounds by Rollo. So Lincoln will try it again. Lincoln on the inbound. Throws it up top to Dunn. Dunn goes right side to Brown. They'll go back inside. Loose ball kicked out, but Kerens gets it back. And now a foul on Lovelady. I think they're going to call Watts with that one. On the floor, so it'll be Kerens basketball on the baseline. 1:34 remaining. Lovelady up 56-38. Brown takes the inbound, throws it up top to Reed. Now right side to Dunn. Back to Reed. Top of the key. They'll go back over to Dunn now. She'll dribble in the baseline, puts up the runner. No good. Rebound by Reed. She'll get it back out to Franson, who passes it to nobody, and Watts is there to take it away. On the other end, Watts goes up for the layup, misses the layup. James on the rebound, but it leaves it out of her hands into Dunn. Dunn throws it ahead to Franson. Franson tried to dish it off, and Lemire knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle there by Caden Lemire, going one side to the other, all the way down the floor to get a hand on the ball and tipped out of bounds. And it looks like now Kerens will take a full timeout with 1:06 remaining. 56-38 to score. Let's take a 1-minute break. Be back with more Lady Lion playoff basketball after this. 56-38 your score as we come back to action here. It'll be Kerens basketball. They'll inbound it to Franson along the baseline. Franson dribbles in. They cut her off. She'll throw it back out to Reed. Now across the floor to Dunn. Almost thrown away, but Dunn able to corral it. And now over to Brown. Brown throws it back out the right side to Franson. Franson dribbles in, puts it up, no good, gets her on rebound, spins around the lane, puts it up, and she's going to be fouled. I think Lemire, the one, they got the foul there. Franson will be shooting two. Lovelady up 56-39 as Franson puts the first one in. 50 seconds left. Second free throw. That one no good. Rebound coming into the hands of Rollo. Over to Burleson. Burleson back to Rollo as they try to bring it across the line. Kerens trying to foul. And now we have a double dribble call on Rollo. And Kerens will get it back with 39 seconds left. Lovelady moving on to the area round. After tonight, Reed with it for Kerens. Throws it across the floor to Franson. Franson three-point attempt from the left side. No good. And Burleson on the rebound for Lovelady. 24 seconds remaining. Burleson ahead to Lemire. Stolen away, though, by Franson. Franson jumper is good. Franson with a 5 here in the fourth quarter makes it a 56-41 ball game. And then a timeout taken by Lovelady as they struggle to get the inbound pass in with 10 seconds left. This will be a full timeout. Let's take 30 seconds. Be back with the remainder of this bi-district game after this. 56-41 your scores. We get back to action here. That 1 minute timeout changed to a 30-second timeout sometime during our commercial. It'll be Lovelady's basketball with 10 seconds left. Inbound stolen away by Franson. Franson underneath puts up the shot. No good. And Rollo with the rebound. 5 seconds remaining. Rollo just has to hold it here. So throw it over to Burleson. Burleson 1 second. And a foul called at the buzzer. But that should do it. No time left on the clock. I don't think they'll make him shoot it. They're going to call the game. The referee's going to wave it off. And that's going to be your ball game. 56-41 is your final. Lovelady Lady Lions moving on in the UIL 2A state playoffs. Let's take a 2-minute break. Come back with a final wrap-up. Or come back with our Huff Welding postgame show after this. Welcome back to Elks Gym here in Elkhart. Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight has gone to final. The Lovelady Lady Lions defeating the Kerens Lady Cats 56-41. You're listening to the Huff Welding postgame show here on KMVL. Looking over the final stats for these two teams. We start with the Kerens Lady Cats. Kesey Langley leading the way with 15 points on Kerens' side. Olivia Franson and Maya Lincoln both with 7. Nia Brown finishing up with 6. Nakia Dunn had 4. And Emily Burleson with 4. Or with 2, excuse me. Kerens scoring 12 in the first, 7 in the second, 10 in the third, and 12 in the fourth. On the Lady Lions side, Hannah Burleson and Sky Watts leading the way with 16 points apiece. Taylor Rollo and Caden Lemire ending up with 9 apiece, and Madeline James finishing with 6. Kerens led at 12-9 after the first quarter, but Lovelady outscoring Kerens 20-7 in the second quarter and took a 10-point lead at the half, 29-19. Kerens came back and got 2 closer, outscoring Lovelady 10-8 in the third quarter, but Lovelady outscoring Kerens in the fourth quarter 16-12 and won it going away 56-41. Once again, you're listening to the Huff Welding postgame show here on KMVL. Lovelady moving on in the playoffs, and they will face the winner of Hubbard and Moody. And haven't heard a score. Not sure if that game has started yet or not, or anything on that, but as soon as we get some information on that game tonight, we will be sure to pass it along to you to let you know who Lovelady will be playing next. Our Whataburger player of the game, we're going to give co-players tonight, Hannah Burleson and Sky Watts for the Lovelady Lady Lions. So our Whataburger co-players of the game, Sky Watts and Hannah Burleson. Once again, this is the Huff Welding postgame show here on KMVL. Lovelady Lady Lions defeating the Kerens Lady Cats 56-41. We've got one update for you that just came in. Grapeland defeating Italy tonight, 85-50. Grapeland in the Lovelady Centerville district, along with Big Sandy. Those 4 teams making the playoffs. Italy in the district with Kerens, Cayuga, and LaPointer. So 2 teams so far in this district here with Lovelady moving on. That's Grapeland and Lovelady. Centerville will be starting their game at, in about 10 minutes or so. So once again, Lovelady defeating Kerens tonight, 56-41. That'll do it for game one here from Elkhart. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, throw it back to the station for some music, and then we'll come back with game two, Centerville and KU coming up next. So don't go too far. We'll be back with more basketball here on KMVL in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is my Mixcraft.